Today at home with Miss Joan, I was getting ready to cook supper and I thought, my goodness, I don't think I put my baked beans on the channel. And so I thought we just filmed this for y'all. And what it is, I don't really have a recipe already in my recipes that I write off. We're just going to write it off for y'all as we go, okay? Because I know some of you are new at making baked beans. You need some baseline to start with. So I thought this would be good because I'm making just what I call a small recipe. This right here is a 2-quart baking dish. And that means it's 8 inches by 11.5 inches. And it's 2 inches deep or thick. I've made them in this size, this size, this size, depending on how much company you're having, okay? Now this is just our supper, so we're just going to make you up a recipe. So if you got a big crowd coming, you just double it, triple it, quadruple, whatever you got to do. Okay. I'm just going to use my nonstick spray and spray it. So I'm thinking about just mixing it up in this bowl. Isn't that nice and handy? Pork and beans. I ought to know the size of this can, 15 ounce. 1 can going in. And if you'll notice, look here. Nowadays you get less beans and more soupy stuff, okay? So that's why sometimes you don't know if you need 1 can or you need 2 or whatever, okay? So I'm going to try to dip these out, leaving a lot of soupy, watery stuff in the can. Because I'm going to add my own gooey goo. All right, we got two 15-ounce cans right now. We may add another one. The reason I'm stopping is I've already scrambled 1 pound of hamburger meat with chopped onion in it. Okay, with a very small chopped onion in it, okay? Drying the grease off. I'm making this little, what I call 2-quart dish. I'm going to see how much I'm going to use, okay? Normally I just dump it in there. But I really do want to help y'all. I had a sweet viewer wrote me and had a basic question. And she said, I ought to know this. I'm so sorry I asked you. I'm thinking, don't ever apologize. Ask me, okay? How in the world are we going to learn if we can't ask what we think will be an embarrassing question? When really it's not. We're just all learning together. This is a cup right now with 2 cans. And we'll see how it works out. How's that? Now you see why I didn't mix it up in a bowl and pour it in here. We're going to see how much we need for this little supper meal. And it might just be, if you got a small family, this might be just plenty enough. You can't get enough meat in here. The sad part is you can't get enough meat in here for Preacher, okay? He loves meat. To me, I like them just as well without the meat, okay? Now look at this. You see how when you look at it, I've got meat just about all the way through this. Okay, so far we've just put 2 cans of beans, pork and beans. They make all varieties. You can use the generic brand. That's just some I had in the pantry. And I used 1 cup of my cooked hamburger so far. You know, with prices where they are, you want to make your pound of hamburger meat go as far as it will, right? Now, there's a couple ways I can go. Like I said, I'm usually just stir it up. They make so much of this nowadays. That's sweet honey barbecue, honey, you know what I'm saying, smoked this and that. Depending on if you want a sweeter baked bean dish or do you want a tart, I hate to say the word tart, but a more basic, you're watching your sugar or whatever. But before they started inventing this, they used to just have plain barbecue sauce. That's all you could get at the store. You do know that. But anyway, Mother would just squirt just a little bit of mustard. Alright, y'all, I'm supposed to be telling you how much that is. I'm going to say it's, a half a teaspoon if it was measured. Alright. Because she would put the ketchup-y taste in with a little bit of the tartness of the mustard, okay? And then, the reason she done that, because she's going to use some brown sugar. That's where the sweetness came in. Like I said, nowadays, you can buy these that already come with brown sugar in them and all the different sweeteners. I'm going to put right now 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Okay, so I've got under a teaspoon of mustard and 1/3 cup of brown sugar, all right? Now this was if I was going to use my just basic ketchup. I just had basic ingredients in my refrigerator. Now right now it's where Miss Joan will just squirt, 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 okay? But I'm going to do this. I'm going to see how much ketchup I'm using. But to me, it can be just cheaper on you. You just pour the barbecue sauce in there, sweetened up barbecue sauce, and you can cut out your brown sugar using it. And cut out your ketchup. All of them's expensive nowadays, aren't they? But I'm going to add a cup of ketchup right now. Now you can find a lot of recipes out there online where they add all the spices. This would be good if I took a pack of taco seasoning mix before I put the meat down in there and sprinkle some of it over my meat to kind of, you know, season up my meat a little bit more. Over the years, I just learned, you know, you just really need a bean and a little bit of a tartness to put in there and a little bit of sweetness in the ketchupy taste, okay? Well, on the sweetness, you can use your brown sugar. You can put, or if you don't have brown sugar, you can reach in the refrigerator and get your pancake syrup or your maple syrup that you got and use it either along with the brown sugar or without. You see what I mean? You get them pork and beans out of the can, you just putting something in them, okay? Well, today I'm going to use just a little bit of a fourth because I've already used some brown sugar, okay? Of just the, what I call maple syrup. Set it right here. So, when I'm doing it for a big crowd, I just start with the beans and the meat, and then I just start adding in things. Oh, you can comment below and say, oh, Miss Joan, I put bell peppers in mine. I wished I could. Preacher and my daughter don't want them in there. So, but yeah, bell peppers chopped real fine. A lot of people do that, okay? Today, like I said, for our supper, one more thing that I'm going to add is I'm going to add some bacon. Ricky's mama, she just put it in here completely raw because she really slow cooked her beans. I'm going to cook these on 350. And I nuked those. Is that a good word? I pre-cooked those just a couple of minutes in the microwave because I still want all the juices of the bacon to fall down in here. If I cooked them crisp, my grease would be gone, okay? And if you don't have any bacon, and you got some bacon grease that you've been saving, just pour it in here, okay? In fact, I'm going to add all the drippings that come out of me pre-cooking the bacon. What are you doing that for, Miss Joan? Well, we're just adding flavor, 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 okay? That is all in the world we're doing. Okay. These are ready to go in the oven, 350 degrees. I'd say a good 30 minutes. And you can look at them and see if that, some of them want them like a little brown, crusty looking. You can tell if they're done. All righty. Well, I got the baked beans out of the oven. We're ready to put them with our meal for supper, but it was something I wanted to be sure to tell y'all. You could use your iron skillet, or if you was in a big hurry, you could make your baked beans, so to speak, on the stovetop. And, you know, we made up the recipe as we went because I'm used to just stirring it up and making it. But, we, you know, remember we put in the 2 cans of pork and beans, the cup of cooked hamburger meat with onions in it. We squirted a little mustard because you want a little tart, a little sweet. Okay, and we did 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. Remember my container here is small. A cup of ketchup, and then I did, you know, I went to the refrigerator and I thought, man, you can use your breakfast syrup that you put on your pancakes, 1/4 of a cup, or you use old-time maple syrup that you got, sorghum, however you say it, honey, whatever you got. And then we got all that stirred up real good, and we put bacon on the top, and it's up to you how much bacon you use. But it's time now for me to dip this out. Oh yeah, we cooked this on 350 for about, I'm going to say 40 minutes, where I said 30 to start with. It's time for me to dip Preacher out some, so I know he's going to want a piece of this bacon. So anyway, here they are. See how they brown up so good? And you see the meat. I hope you can. Of course, he may say, hey, where's the hamburger meat in that? Because he loves it so much. And then a piece of bacon on the top. That's what we're having today. And I did add my cream corn. And I made a separate video about my cream corn. So you'll be able to look that up. How we season up all of our corn. And this is what we're having for supper tonight. The grilled pork chop. Miss Jones, I call them souped up baked beans. And some of our homegrown corn. We did all of this today at home with Miss Joan. We're fixing to sit down and eat. At home with Miss Joan, would you like? You know, whether you like it or not, okay? At home with Miss Joan, please subscribe. Sure does help this old
Little Girls channel grow. Won't you share with friends and family? You know, like your mom and them, okay? Comment right here and you'll hear back from me. You know, preacher, get back with you, my daughter, me, somebody will right here from At Home with Miss Joan. Woo! Y'all check these videos out, okay?